Hi everybody. Today we have someone who thinks about the future a little differently, not in the buzzwords and hype, but in practical business changing reality. Joining me is our CBRO at Wildnet Technologies, Vidit. Vidit, thank you for being here. I've genuinely been excited about this conversation. You know, those conversations where you walk away with buzzing with ideas, that's pretty much every conversation I've had with you. So I'm really glad to have you here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me here, Harshita. I was also looking forward to having this conversation with you.
I knew this conversation had to happen on camera, and I'm saying this genuinely because every time we talk, I walk away with at least five things I want to argue about, five things I want to Google, and five things I actually want to steal as my own insights later. And you have this effortless way of breaking down the future, not in a dramatic sci fi way, but in a hey, that actually makes sense. So, minus the jargon and the doom predictions, of course. And that's exactly why I wanted you here because I think people deserve to hear the version of you that shows up in real conversations and not just the polished LinkedIn version. And I hope this is as fun for you and our viewers as it is for me.
Insightful for viewers, and I'm happy to share what I can.
So people talk a lot about leadership frameworks and team culture, like it's a like formula. So, but in your experience, what is your real and personal philosophy that you follow for building high performing teams?
According to me, team performs best when they believe they are building something meaningful,
Yeah.
rather than just completing the task. So, when I'm building a team, I look for people with strong potential, someone who can take the ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And my job over there is very simple. First, give them the clarity and purpose. And then the second is to remove any friction points. I think so. That's it.
Digital transformation is everywhere, but I think it's the execution where the most companies fail and where they usually stumble. So, what do you think is the biggest mistake businesses make when they start modernizing their tech?
In my 15 years of experience within this digital transformation industry, I think many a times businesses focus on the technology, the new technology, rather than the truth. That's where the problem is. That's where I've seen the projects getting failed. My approach over here always has been, whenever you're going through the digital transformation journey, we have to go back to the drawing board, like I originally said. Look at the operating models, look at those business models. Right now, what is happening? It's AI transformation is happening. So if I have to, I think so now companies are moving from being digital transformed to now being AI transformed.
Yes.
But still the process stays the same for them to have that successful adoption. A very recent MIT study came out that 93% of AI POCs are getting failed. And simply because, again, most of those POCs are bolted on rather than being built in.
Mm-hmm.
So my takeover here is go back to the drawing board, look at the business models, your operating models, start from there. Then the technology comes secondary. That's how you ensure that you're getting the outcome you desired for.
Yeah. Okay. So you were at Dreamforce recently, and like from a business perspective, what did you see at Dreamforce that convinced you that companies are about to pull ahead and some of them are about to fall behind?
I can see that you prepared for this interview well.
Yeah.
You're not making it easy for me.
No.
Well, I think so. One of the things, I'm attending Dreamforce for last 4 years consecutively, and one of the key reasons for me being there, it gives me perspective. So your question very much falls in line with the perspective because Salesforce is definitely one of the leading technology providers that has shifted landscape for many businesses across industry. It has impacted all the industries more or less in last 20 years. So there was this theme that they were promoting is, are you an agentic enterprise? And I truly believe that the organizations that embraces this agentic operating model will be the ones who will leapfrog, and the organizations that aren't able to wave this agentic will be struggling because, like I said previously, AI works great at scale with precision and speed. And as the businesses are changing so rapidly, the customer expectations are changing so rapidly. How do you keep up with that? That's where the agentic enterprise operating model will be very helpful. Are we an agentic enterprise?
On the way of it, I think
Yes.
we
are
are.
also embracing
Yeah.
it. Yes.
And one question that I want to follow up with, and I told you this before as well, I have genuinely never been so envious of someone like attending a corporate event.
Mm-hmm.
How was Metallica
Why not Benson Pune?
and Benson? Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, I think so. They call them as Dream Fest, and they're always
Yeah.
been the highlight of Dreamforce. Dreamforce is one of the largest technology conferences on the planet, but irrespective of the age, everyone is always excited about who is headlining the Dream Fest. And this year, fortunately, it was Metallica, and I've grown up listening to them specifically
Yeah.
during my college days, so it was always a hidden desire for me to definitely see them in person. So I can understand why you are envious about them. Well, what really, definitely, I don't think so I can praise them enough. They are a very well-known band in the whole world. They define the metal rock genre.
Yeah, exactly.
But what truly inspired me is all of them are more than 60. And the music art requires a lot of energy. The energy they were able to bring on that stage, that was mind-boggling for me. I wasn't expecting them that even after 60 they will perform like a 30-year-old. So that was something phenomenal experience. That is something you can only see or witness in person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not jealous, but okay. Thank you.
Oh, you might. Who knows? They are still performing. You might get a chance to see them.
I hope so. Let's see. Let's step away from the boardroom for a moment. What's one principle or a mental model that has shaped the way you think and make decisions?
Over the past few years, I've become a big believer of manifestation.
Yeah.
And I think so that has shaped my leadership. And according to me, manifestation is not a wishful thinking, but it's actually you create a vivid mental picture of what you want to become. And then you start believing that you have become that. What I have personally experienced is when you start believing in the future that you create for yourself, all the actions, all of your priorities, even
They line up, yeah.
all the energy in your body, they start moving in that direction. Very recently, just a couple of days ago, we did this workshop here at Wildnet. The theme of that workshop was Wildnet at 2030, where it was all about manifestation. We transcended everyone that today is 2030 and what do you see of Wildnet? And it was a phenomenal experience. It kind of reinforced my belief, and it was interesting to see what people came up with. So yeah, I would say.
I mean, as someone who was a part of that workshop, I mean, it was really
you were
great.
part of-
And yes, I am actually a big believer in manifestation. So manifesting this to go viral, guys. So coming back to tech, when you think of the next decade, like what excites you the most about how technology will reshape the industries?
I think so. Next decade is, again, like I said, 5 years is far-fetched. So predicting next decade itself is even longer. But what I'm saying is the rise of the agentic enterprises, and where AI acts like a digital teammate to the humans. That is what is reshaping all the industries. If I have to do a parallel, let's consider manufacturing industry. There's a lot of autonomy being done when it comes to manufacturing of so many different products, but still they employ humans who work in tandem with these machines to eventually get the job done. Similarly, I think so with this AI digital teammates or agentic enterprise setup, it will free up the human's time to focus more on the high value tasks like strategy, creativity, empathy. Those are the things that you cannot get from AI. I think so that combination of human plus AI, that is going to reshape the whole industries.
And what concerns you the most?
It's not the AI that will take the human's job. It's the humans with AI will take the job. So I think so not skilling your workforce fast enough, concerns me the most. You should make them AI capable as soon as possible. They should start using this technology from day one.
Yeah, like, can you look at the camera and repeat that, please?
Well, yeah, I hope all of you are now embracing the AI rather than being afraid of. It's the next big breakthrough. I would say a generational breakthrough, and there's a lot that can be uncovered. And it's all up to you. How do you want to use it?
So every industry has this favorite truths until they suddenly stop being true. So what is one widely accepted tech belief today that you think won't survive the next decade?
I would say it's not about the survival, but how it is going to change the belief. So for last 15 years or so, I've been hearing data is the new oil, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
As a belief. It's been kind of understood widely in the industry now. But I think so what is more meaningful now is not just holding the data, but how can we contextualize it?
Mm-hmm.
How can we reason with that data?
Yeah.
That is, how can we make it more meaningful so that with the artificial intelligence in place, we can have meaningful outcomes. There is a very common norm being thrown out, garbage in, garbage out. You might have the best AI model, but the data on which you're training, if that is not good enough, you're not going to get the desired outcomes.
Yeah.
So for me, the change in belief over here, it's going to be how to have that permissioned contextual data that makes sense for these AI models.
Yeah, makes sense. So you have worked with companies across geographies and industries. So from what you have observed, what separates businesses that scale consistently from those that just stall out?
I think so businesses that are able to scale are the ones who have a very well-defined purpose, clarity, and discipline, work towards their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
The businesses that depends on systems, mature processes, and it's a journey. You cannot have defined systems and processes on day one, but a constant effort towards bringing in that maturity within the organizations. Those are the businesses that scale. And consecutively, if I have to say, the companies that get stalled, they might be, hear about a very interesting organization with huge possibilities coming into existence, but sometimes they don't go anywhere long simply because they are either dependent too much on one great founder or one big client, or could be one star salesperson. So when the business depends on individuals and not on the systems, that's where the problem is.
I note the last bit for my new LinkedIn post. So
Hashtag me on that.
I'll tag you. I'll give you the credits. So please don't hit me with the copyright. Before we wrap up, if every business leader who's listening could walk away with one future-facing insight from you, what would that be?
I think so this goes back to when I started my career with IBM. And during the training at IBM, there was this saying which really touched me. It was saying, you only grow old when you stop learning. So how would I put this for the business leaders is, you should build your business for the world that is coming, not the world that you're used to. It's changing so rapidly. So the next decade, it's not going to reward the biggest companies, but it's going to reward the fastest learners. Thank you.
This was fantastic, Vidit. I am suddenly rewriting my entire understanding of the tech world. But still, thank you, because you somehow managed to make future sound both exciting and only a little bit threatening, mildly threatening, which is honestly impressive, I must say. And I am genuinely walking away with ideas, questions, and maybe a few insights I'll pretend were mine all along. So thank you so much.
My pleasure, Harshita. Thank you for having me here. And to everyone watching, I hope it was worth your time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you again. And for everyone watching, I hope this conversation gave you something real to think about, something useful to apply, and something fun to debate later. And if nothing else, I hope it gave you some lines you can turn into LinkedIn quotes. I know I will. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be doing more conversations like this with more industry leaders, so stay tuned.